Pegasus 3 Worldwide Logistics, brought to you by Jordy, Nate Steele, Darci, Jamie Bailey, and Dimitri Rumliotis.
Alright, just a brief company overview. Pegasus 3 was started in 2011. It's an international freight company that's owned by Mary Steele and Ray Vandelli. They currently have 2 employees, Adam and Robin. The company is a third-party logistics company that works with various shipping companies and their customers. Pegasus 3 offers a variety of services which include helping their customers ship products from point to point worldwide, helping them with U.S. customs regulations to make sure they're compliant, and also helping them consolidate their products both in the U.S. and abroad. Pegasus 3 has many strengths. One of their strengths is their account size. They handle small and medium accounts primarily because they're able to gain a bigger profit off the small accounts. Larger accounts aren't as profitable because high volume customers often demand price discounts because of the amount of business that they have. Another strength that they have is their industry experience and their strong reputation. Both Mary and Soraya have over 20 years each in the industry. They have been able to forge great partnerships with both customers and vendors, which makes it hard for competitors to steal their business. And one of their final strengths is they have low overhead costs. They operate out of Foxborough, which is a lot easier and cheaper to operate out of than like major ports like Boston, in which there's like higher rents for office buildings and such, and they have to, if they were in Boston, they would also have to pay their employees higher salaries that the Boston market demands. Weaknesses include a lack of marketing. They pretty much don't have any marketing strategy. Their website is very basic. They also don't have anyone in charge of finances. Mary and Soraya each do their own finance and accounting. And they also don't have a good budget. This prevents them from making the most responsible financial decisions and operating at an efficient level. Their biggest weakness is that they don't have employee commitment. In 5 years, they've had 6 employees. To Adam and Robin, who they have now, they've had 2 that they had to fire, and they also had 2 that resigned. And their last weakness is that they don't have a mission statement or a vision, which makes it tough for customers to see what they're about and for employees to have more motivation and more of like a goal in what they're doing every day when they come to work. Opportunities include the possible acquisition of other companies in the industry. If they were to purchase, say, a trucking company, this would diversify them and protect them from any major financial loss. Increasing their marketing initiatives is also a huge opportunity because since they don't have one right now, they would be able to benefit immensely from implementing one that would bring them more sales and business. Threats include a poor economy. In a poor economy, there's going to be less shipments, which is less business for them. Law and regulation changes would also hurt them because customs, for example, could introduce new laws that would impose higher fees, and higher fees mean that they have to charge their customers higher fees to do their work for them. Another threat is larger companies who are able to take on their accounts for less money because they have a higher volume of accounts. So customers might go to a larger company because it's cheaper, even though it's not necessarily better for that customer. Their vision and mission statement, they don't have one, but they do outline their values on their website. They operate under 3 concepts, which are dependability, efficiency, and integrity. Mary and Soraya are very serious about their reputation, and their integrity is crucial to the success of Pegasus 3 Worldwide Logistics because the company relies heavily on their reputation in the industry. Currently, their mission statement is a page with several various paragraphs, and it's kind of hard to read. It's vital to create a clear and concise mission statement that conveys their high ethical standards, one potential mission statement that they could make is our company strives to be the most dependable, efficient, and ethical shipping option for any size corporation. Also, this mission statement would help their employees because it would provide them with goals to strive for and uphold, and it will motivate them to work more efficiently while satisfying their moral drives.
All right, so as Nate touched on, there are two operation employees right now. Robin is the ideal worker. Adam is clearly less than ideal. He has not been as efficient with the time as needed in the industry. You need to be efficient with your time so you can take on more accounts. Both co-owners have tried incentives. They've tried pay raises. They've tried more breaks, but there has been no improvement. So our recommendations are to fire Adam. We have to pay employment, cut losses, and move on to another better employee. We should use a headhunting service to find the best possible fit with good resources and good background information. And there will be major advantages to becoming larger if the employees are better workers and more efficient, and you can take on better accounts. So a way to market ourselves and to increase our market share. Right now they depend on a lot of word of mouth, which is only going to get you so far. They rely on their reputation, and they are too small to advertise themselves. As Nate said, there are only 4 people in the entire company, and those 4 people are working flat out during the day, so they don't have any free time to advertise themselves to gain a larger customer base. Our recommendations for increasing our market share is to become more eco-friendly, which will then increase the word of mouth, because as we get more and more into a day and age where customers are more noticing the eco-friendliness of companies that they're employing, they're going to go for the ones that are more eco-friendly than the ones who are still using practices that might not be. We need to improve the website because now it is very basic. Even though it is clear, it is still very basic. We could either hire a salesperson to market ourselves or hire another operations person, so those 3 operations people can do the marketing themselves as well as getting the account management stuff done. We should use constant contact to reach out to headhunting services and other people who might help, and send out newsletters and emails to potential customers, advertising ourselves and saying what we're all about.
All right, so for finances, Mary and Soraya actually do their own billing. So with only 4 employees, billing can get put on the back burner, and they don't have as much time to focus on that. So their bigger accounts take up a lot of their time and energy, while it takes away from their smaller accounts. But that's kind of a problem because the smaller accounts actually are more profitable than the bigger accounts. So I think we think their biggest problem is that they don't have a budget. So sometimes they don't even know what they're spending on certain things. So basically, Mary and Soraya wing it, and they pay their own expenses on their own. And lastly, the company doesn't diversify itself, and they're losing out on that because they can make a lot more profit and actually have control over environmental responsibility. So our recommendations, we believe that the company needs to hire a new employee for billing or taking more accounts so that Mary and Soraya have more time to do the billing. We also think that the company needs to replace their big accounts with smaller accounts because, like I said, the bigger accounts are actually taking away profits, and smaller accounts will increase their profits. So the third bullet actually ties in with the first, because we think that if they hire a financial advisor, that'll help them obviously with billing. It'll help them figure out a budget, figure out what they're paying for and everything. So they definitely need to hire someone else. And lastly, to diversify themselves, they need to buy a small trucking company. So that way they have control over the movement of products to smaller clients. Alright, so for environmental responsibility, this one is kind of tough for their industry because they don't have a lot of initiatives since they don't own the trucking, the planes, the trains. They can't really, outside of their office, they don't have a lot of control for the environmental responsibility practices. So the way they, as of now in their office, they do recycle paper and they do try to use recycled office supplies so that they're kind of offsetting those emissions, but it's not very good. So what we think they need to do to increase their environmental responsibility practices are that they need to improve their inside of the office practices. So that includes putting in energy and eco-efficient lighting, such as like LED systems or CFL bulbs. This will essentially reduce energy use when no one is in like a room. And another thing we want to do is install energy efficient hand dryers because it'll take away from paper towels and it'll save over almost $1,000 per year. So yeah. This is a young, promising company. They're on their way to valuing the triple bottom line once they get their finances in order and once they are able to practice more environmental responsibility. But
Perfect.